Hey everybody, it's Luke here at Gordon Physical Therapy, and today I'm talking about tennis elbow. Thought I would get outside today since it's so nice. If you're watching this video at a later date, this is right into May here in Spokane, and really nice weather. So I hope you can hear me okay. I asked the birds to keep it down, but they didn't quite listen, so they're doing their thing today. But anyways, we're talking about tennis elbow. A little background first I'm going to give you on it, and then give you some advice on how to successfully get rid of it. So first of all, tennis elbow is typically pain right along the outside of your elbow here. So if you can see that okay there. So just outside of the elbow into your forearm. People that get this pain usually have it if they're gripping things forcefully. I mentioned my mother-in-law has had it before, gripping like big heavy cast iron pans. I get people who are working like physical jobs where they're holding the hammer all day and it's the repetitive gripping. So that kind of gives you an idea of the cause of it too, is that it's actually overuse and pain and irritation, like a tendinitis, into those tendons, those muscles there. So the muscle that contributes a lot to your gripping, it's a set of muscles going up your forearm there, and they're all kind of blending in to one common tendon where it attaches to the bone. The fancy name for tennis elbow is lateral epicondylitis, which you don't really need to know. That's what it's attaching to there. So typically if you've got this, if you push along there into the muscle bellies, but also further up towards that little bone on the outside of your elbow, it'd be real tender. And again, it's an overuse type of an injury. So people do a lot with that, and then over time, just a little more irritation than there is time for healing, and then eventually it really bothers them. So a couple things you can do with it if you have it. First thing is stretch it. So the best stretch for it, you're going to put your arm out straight in front of you. Let me see if I can get that on the video. Like that, arm is straight. You're going to bend your wrist down. You can even, for a little extra stretch, you can kind of curl your fingers underneath. You should get a nice stretch through those muscles on top of your forearm. And as with any stretching, if it's painful, just back off a little bit, but you want to find that comfortable zone and then hold that stretch for about 30 seconds or so. That's a stretch you can do throughout the day, a couple times here and there. Make sure it's well tolerated. Okay, the second thing you can do exercise-wise is, and this is really well supported by the literature, we do this a lot in the clinic, is you do what's called eccentric exercises. So I've got just my bottle here. Thought I'd show you with that. You could do it with a soup can at home, or you could do it with an exercise band, just some kind of resistance. So if you have your forearm supported, say like on your chair at home, you're going to do like a wrist, like a back bend. We call it an extension. So you're going to back bend, and then on the way down, you're going to go slow. That's that eccentric contraction, about a 4 count. So if it took you a second or two to get up, and then a 3 or 4 count going down. And you're going to work that for repetitions, so maybe 30, 40 repetitions until that muscle starts to burn. You shouldn't get any sharp pain, but make that muscle burn. You're going to get a lot of good blood flow to that, and you're also going to strengthen it at the same time. You probably do about 3 sets of that once a day, and that'll over time start to improve the blood flow and also start to decrease the pain because you're building the strength up. So those are the 2 best things you can do in terms of like exercising. The first one's a stretch, the second one's more along the lines of strengthening. Other things that you can do is icing it. So it's really irritated during the day. Of course, you're trying not to do too many activities, hopefully, that aggravate it. You've modified so you're doing stuff in your opposite hand a little bit. But icing at the end of the day, you can even do an ice massage where you're getting ice cube on there and working it in for about 5 minutes or so. Last thing I want to mention is that this type of thing does respond really well to physical therapy, specifically to friction massage. So you get in there with your fingers and you just go the cross direction of the fibers, and you just really get in there and work the scar tissue, and really you kind of aggravate it, but you're getting the blood to flow there, so it really helps long term. So you might even try a little self massage at home if you can, or get your get a loved one or a spouse or something like that to help you out with that. And I mentioned this in my email and in a blog post, is that typically if you've had this for more than a couple weeks, it doesn't typically just go away. It's one of those things kind of like plantar fasciitis. Hopefully you've never had that either, that pain in your foot heel, that it just lingers. It doesn't go away. So definitely if you've had this for a few weeks, look into what you can do for it. If you have questions on it, you're not sure, and you want to ask me some questions, I'm happy to look at it for you real quick, or answer your emails or phone calls. But again, it's a nagging pain that can really stick with you for a long time. So I hope that this stuff helps you, gives you some more background knowledge on what it is, and just know that it's very treatable, and hope you can reduce some pain with it. And like I mentioned earlier, if you have questions or comments, please just reach out to me either on email or phone. I'll leave that in the comment section below. Hope you're having a great day. Talk to you soon. Thanks.